My name is David Nevins for Citybiz List, and I am delighted to be able to host today our special guest, Barak Hermann, who is the CEO of the JCC, or the Jewish Community Center, or simply the J in Owings Mills, Maryland. Barak, welcome to our program.
Oh, it's great to be with you, David. Thank you so much for having me.
It's our pleasure indeed. So Barak, some of our viewers and listeners know what the J is or the JCC is. Many do not. So share with us for a few minutes a little bit of your history and your purpose. And I think that will help enlighten our audience.
Oh, that's great. The JCCs of Greater Baltimore are located in Owings Mills, and we have another full service campus in Park Heights in Baltimore City. Our JCCs have been part of the Baltimore story for over 160 years. We're the oldest JCCs in North America, founded in 1854. And back then, we were a settlement house. We helped immigrants, the Jewish community coming over from the former Soviet Union, Eastern Europe, to Baltimore. At the time, the Jewish community was, a minority group, and the JCCs were formed as a place to meet the social, recreational, educational needs of the Jewish community. And David, you fast forward to 2021, we've been through a lot, the JCCs. We followed that Jewish story, but today, with the Jewish community so assimilated as part of the larger community, the JCC now is serving the breadth of Baltimore. We service nearly 50,000 people a year pre-COVID, and we will get back there post-COVID. We operate the JCC now in 3 program centers. I like to say like a university has 3 colleges. We have a center for children and families that we could take care of. We have infant care centers, early child centers, after school programs, summer camps, teen leadership programs, and our new department called J Around Town, which brings programs to kind of emerging neighborhoods. And so that's our Center for Youth and Families. We have a Center for Sports and Wellness. We have 2 full service fitness centers. We have 7 pools. We have indoor gymnasiums. We do volleyball, pickleball, recreation programs, and have a huge menu of services. And then we have a Center for Arts and Culture, which includes the Gordon Center for Performing Arts, a robust arts enrichment program. We do film festivals, literary festivals. And just this past summer, we launched our new Gordon Outdoor Entertainment Center to safely serve people outside. So, David, we've come a long way in these past 160 years to continue to meet the needs at the current time for the community. And as I like to say simply, we are here to build community. And we're here to help people, find their friends, and to be indispensable to people's lives, and to meet them with a myriad of services that people need today. And I'm really proud of our team and our board and the way we do our work in serving the community.
Wow, Barak, quite a story indeed. Not your father's JCC for sure. You mentioned Gordon Outdoors, and during the pandemic, while most of us and many organizations were trying to figure out how to continue to serve people when folks couldn't congregate inside, you really did something about it. So tell me about Gordon Outdoors, what that means, and what's the future for that.
So true story. I love to give credit where it's due. That's what a good leader does. So my oldest son, who is a junior at Miami of Ohio, a beautiful school out in Oxford, Ohio, came home from college and says to me about 2 weeks in, thinking that he's just going to be home for a couple of weeks, that all his friends are still having a good time in Ohio in the Midwest because they're going to drive-in movies. And he said, "Dad, you should stick a screen up on the Gordon Center because you can get a lot of people hanging out in your parking lots." And I realized that there wasn't a drive-in in Baltimore County outside of Benji's, and realized that, drove up to the JCC, the building was closed, we were shut down. I looked at the parking lot, I said, what would it look like to stick a screen up on that side of that building? Called our building committee, tried to get permits for this. There haven't been permits for a new drive-in theater in 40 years. And to the will of an incredible building committee, a board of directors, we decided to go for it. And we fixed a 55-foot by 40-foot screen on the side of the building. We thought about using it for drive-in movies. Today we are getting calls for rentals from high schools, for graduations, for weddings, people or organizations that need to raise money, who in the past cannot bring people inside for fundraisers, are reaching out to us to do events. So what's really cool about it, David, is it's a mega screen, and we can broadcast from inside the Gordon Center for the Arts onto the screen. People can get, you and I have talked, people get married on the stage of the Gordon Center, and now people could sit in their cars and watch the wedding on a screen. And it's become just a new entrepreneurial approach to safely bring people together, and really saying to our community, this is not just an opportunity during the pandemic, but post the pandemic, to have an outdoor entertainment center that can be doing a wealth of engagement opportunities for the community. It's been a really exciting thing to add to our menu of services. And sometimes I like to take credit for ideas, and sometimes it's somebody else, but this was just a 21-year-old who said to me, Dad, you should stick a screen up on the side of the Gordon Center. And he came home from college just a couple months ago, and I drove him up there, and that's not what he thought I was going to do. It's bigger. So it's a mega screen, and it's really going to be, we could do evening rave and tailgate games. We can do anything on the screen. It is quite an asset now for us to be able to serve the community. That's
really terrific. I guess Back to the Future, indeed. I don't think too many of us predicted the return of outdoor movie theaters. So, Barak, while we're talking about outdoors, and assuming the pandemic begins to wane in 2021, let's all keep our fingers crossed regarding that. You have a pretty robust summer camp program at the JCC, if I'm not mistaken. Can you share some details about that?
Yeah, look, the JCC, just throughout our history, has always had summer camps as an important part of our serving the community. People need just where children can run and they can learn enrichment, make friends, and also parents today need childcare. So our summer camps are called J camps. We have many offerings, from arts camps to tennis camps to traditional camps to preschool camps to teen leadership camps, a bunch of different programs. But we opened up last summer during the pandemic. Most camps did not open up. And I'm really grateful for the JCC infrastructure and our team that we were able to open up last summer. We learned a lot about serving the community safely and serving children and staff during a pandemic. Camp usually for us would be about 1,000 kids a day. We had about 300, so it was about 25%, but we were able to serve the community and learned a lot. And with the help of LifeBridge Health, to make sure that our medical procedures were at the highest, our facility made the necessary improvements. We learned a lot, and we're ready to go. So even if, as we all monitor the vaccines in the pandemic, we're going to be ready this summer to help children that many have been home virtually learning, to get outside, be with other children, and do it safely. If that means masks on or masks off, whatever the policies are, we adhere strictly to those policies. But there hasn't been one summer that we haven't offered summer camp, and we're going to be back there this summer. And one of the greatest things is that at our Owings Mills campus, we have hundreds of acres. We have trails, we have ball fields, we have 7 outdoor pools. So we're able to really safely serve children and staff, and we're going to be ready to go this summer once again.
Barak, I've seen your summer camp, and you seem to be quite committed to a concept of inclusion and diversity at the JCC. So just so folks don't think the JCC exists exclusively for Jewish people any more than the YM or YWCA exists for the same, share with us your view and your board's view and of the diversity of programs and the diversity of membership and participation that you have there in Owings Mills.
So let's talk facts for a moment before I even give you my philosophy on that. Today, 70% of Jews are in intermarried, interfaith relationships. So that means that the Jewish community today, many are very much involved with non-Jewish families, are living mixed families. It's a statement of our assimilation into society. So whereas the JCC, many years ago was a very sectarian membership, it was for the Jewish community. Today, our platform is to serve the breadth of Jewish community and serve the breadth of the wider community. And today, not to be political, our society needs values, it needs to heal. And the JCC believes in honor and respect and diversity and inclusion. Anyone who wants to have those kind of values penetrating their lives, penetrating their families, the JCC is good for your soul. It's a good place to be. So today, almost half our membership is not Jewish. It is very, very diverse. We just formed a task force that we're working on our DEIJ, Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Justice platform at the JCC. We want everybody to feel comfortable at the J, but at the same time, we do have a Jewish mission. And that mission is to bring values into our community, values of respect, even just the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And so it's something we've really been proud of, and we've been really working hard the last 5 years on, is to make sure that our platform is accessible. The other area about inclusion that you mentioned, David, is really children with special needs. We are the only inclusion day camp in Baltimore that I'm aware of, where we do not have a separate special needs camp for children who need extra support. We integrate that into the larger camp. And so we are completely committed to being inclusive. We do not have separate programs for children with special needs. We completely assimilate, matriculate, whatever the word is, into the full aspect of the camp. So everyone feels equal, and it's a beautiful thing. So I'm really proud of our diversity, and I'm really proud of our inclusiveness, from babies to senior adults. Very few places can welcome as well as the JCC, Republicans and Democrats, Black and white, Christian and Jewish. So whatever that, whoever, if you feel comfortable and respect our mission, we love to serve you at the JCC.
Well, that's great, Barak. I think we can end it there. I know from basketball to movies, swimming to arts and culture, you've got it all, and obviously it is for everybody. I guess those folks who would like to learn more can find the JCC or the Jewish Community Center in Owings Mills online. And for Citybiz List, this has been David Nevins, Barak Hermann, CEO of the JCC. It's been a pleasure and honor to have you today.
Well, thank you so much, and thanks for all the good work you're doing, and may everyone stay well and be safe.
The same.